Hey, what's up guys? This is Xenyx, making my first audio voiceover for the YouTube videos I'm doing for Summoner's War. And I figured that just trying to type, usually I just type in the text window, and apparently that doesn't really help out too well with explaining why I'm making the choices I am. So anyway, I'm actually doing this recording after the video, so I'm watching it with you guys, and I'm going to try to explain sort of what I'm doing here. So, obviously we got a new Trial of Ascension. This is stage 100. We have a new boss. I ran through this a few times with my my best team here, which is my win team, and I got destroyed several times over. Got to the boss twice, died horrifically, and thought this was impossible. Then I realized that I was a complete idiot and that I should probably pay attention to what I'm doing. Anyway, so now it's pretty easy. I'm going to run through it a few times. This is going to be with my typical win team, but I know that a lot of people don't have Lucian, or if they do, they don't want to be as patient as I'm going to be through this, because he dies pretty easily on the first stage. So anyway, you can pretty much beat this boss, this entire stage, with lots of different combinations of monsters. First stage here, as you can see what I'm doing, basically Juno is a jerk-faced loser, and I hate her. Unless I had one, I wish I had one. But anyway, you can't stack two, not dots, but like anything. You can't stack two negative effects, whatever, on Juno, otherwise she cleanses and heals everybody, and it sucks. So all I'm doing is running through, quickly killing off the Occult Girl, whichever one that one is, Annabelle, so she doesn't heal. And then after that, I have to very slowly just try to take down 3 sucky fire monsters in a row. Juno also, like all of the oracles, will cleanse all of your buffs and turn them into dots, which really sucks. So I kind of have to be a little careful how often I heal and whatever. Either way, this is just really sucky and annoying. They can't heal unless you stack two negative effects on them. So with Bernard, I can't use my body slam because that stacks 2. And as you can see, like the one on the far right, she's already got the slow thing on her, so I can't hit her with Lucian right now, otherwise I would have potentially stacked a heal block. I shouldn't do an AoE attack with the cases because that could stun, so you see it's like super annoying. I'll just do a little bit of a heal. You can kind of use like Lumi or Delphoid to remove one of their skills to a cooldown. By the way, if you have Zyros, obviously you can cool everybody down and just cheat and just press one button and win the whole game. I hate anybody with a good Nat 5 because I have 2 sucky Nat 5s. Well, they're not sucky, but they're not that great. Anyway, this is really boring and long. Apologize for the ranting. I'm just trying to keep myself entertained at this point because you've probably fallen asleep, so that's okay. Yay, Lucian, go kill. So at this point, all my monsters will probably stack something, so I'm just going to keep hitting, hoping that, yay, so that went away. Good to not stack a slow on there. Didn't stack anything. Predict future doesn't really hurt too bad when you don't have any beneficial effects on. Okay, cool. Round 1. Let's go. Kill it. Kill it. Alright, round 2. So this is actually a super easy round, and I just wanted to say, when you guys see, like, the boss on stage 80 is Veramos, and everybody freaks out, like, oh my god, Veramos, the new scary monster that sucks. And there's a stage with a couple of Pernas, and again, you think the same thing, like, oh my god, Perna, this is gonna suck. There's 2 Pernas in that one in particular. You're afraid of Veramos and you're afraid of Perna because you're thinking about Guild Wars, or you're thinking about the arena, where everybody has violent runes on, but remember, these are sucky, non-violent, non-revenge runes. There's no runes on the monsters in Trial of Ascension, so this is super easy. Obviously, just kill one of the succubuses first, and then kill the second one, then kill the third one. Who cares about stacking stuff on them? If the Veramos is cleanse and heal, it's okay, it's not a big deal, they just heal themselves, who cares? So, I could auto this, but I sort of wanted to go through and just make sure I'm doing it right. Also, it helps to have immunity, which I just got Delphoid like 2 weeks ago, and it's my first immunity mon. I've been playing for like 9 months or so, and so because I have her, I'm not too much afraid of people trying to sleep me or whatever. Sleep, stun, glancing, I hate those. Again, Arya, the light succubus, I wasn't playing during the Hall of Heroes for her, so I don't have one of those either, so I hate anybody who has that. So, alright, so Lucian power, yay! By the way, I pretty much got through all of ToA with Lucian just by spamming a whole lot. He's my only nuker right now, and eventually obviously make other monsters, but he's the only one that has like the guardians. Okay, here's the important stuff. Cool. So, Lilith. What is going on with Lilith? Well, she's got a move that I just did a cooldown on because it's kind of like an AoE defense break, which sucks. So she just did her incarnation split thingamabob. There are three. She's so easy. There are three mini Liliths inside of her. One is basically fire, one is water, one is wind. The blue one is water. Randomly, so Lilith, what she'll do is she'll like spawn off 2 of the 3 that's inside of her, and they all have a special substat. The fire one, which you do not see in this whole battle, by the way, the fire one doesn't come out. It's random. The fire one has counterattack built in, so think about like the fire martial cat. So right now, if I hit Lilith, the fire one is inside of her. That's why she counterattacks. It's super important for you to understand that. If she split out the fire one, then she would not counterattack, but only the mini tiny Lilith would counterattack. The water one, which I already killed, has super high defense, so just do an amp with Lucian and I usually one-shot her, or just do a defense break and kill her. The wind one, she has an AoE attack and she heals for all the damage she does. So basically, Lilith will spawn off these 2 of the 3 inside of her. I really wish she spawned off the fire one, so right now she wouldn't be counterattacking every single time, which is super annoying. But what happens is after 5 turns, she will suck back in the 2 mini tiny Liliths that are out there, and she gains super powerful buffs from it. So if you don't kill them off, basically after 5 turns, the main boss will get even stronger. So think about like the old boss in ToA, where if you stacked any negative effects on him, when his turn came around, he got stronger. I think it's the Almighty skill or whatever. Well, this one, you can stack everything except for dots. You obviously can't stun. She's like a typical ToA boss. But look at her. She's hitting like crap. I don't even... Like, I could auto this, but I felt like talking about it. This is extremely boring at this point. She has attack break, she has slow, she has defense break. She is completely worthless. I can cool down her skill again. So, super worthless. So what's going to happen after 5 turns? She will not be able to absorb any of the 2 tiny mini Lilith thingamabobs, because they're dead. So she'll actually stun herself. It is so awesome. So this is kind of annoying because my team is fast and she is got this slow on her. So normally with ToA, you're thinking for stage 100, you're like, oh, don't bring people who buff, or debuff, I should say. Oh, she just stunned herself. How cool is that? Well, this time, debuff away. I mean, she does not absorb anything based on that. I don't know why. Oh, I'll talk about why I saved my amp too. Anyway. So yeah, stacks and dots, she stuns herself. I mean, this is really, like, the most boring thing ever. At the end, she's going to eventually summon 2 more of her little mini things. The sucky, again, is the wind and the water one. So again, water has defense, power, high defense. The wind one will heal and absorb all the damage it does. I wish she split out the fire one so you'd at least see it. But yeah, this is pretty much it. You could auto. This is extremely easy. Actually, I autoed almost all the way up to 100. And there's a lot of stages that I had to manual, or at least semi-manual, but they did a really good job of rebalancing everything. What's funny is, if you remember old Trial of Ascension, basically they had like 10,000 HP multiplied by the floor. So I mean, you would get to like floor 90, I would amp with Lucian, do 30,000 damage, and it was like 20% of their HP. It was super stupid. Now I've done an amp before in like one of the stages in the 90s, and it pretty much took down. It like one-shot a few monsters and took down the majority of the HP. Basically they've taken away the like super stupid, like, oh, let's just give them 1 trillion HP. So at this point I could just kill the main boss, but I kind of went through. Oh, that's why you save your amp, by the way. I kind of went through the motions of finishing this thing off. I should have done a defense. Yeah, I didn't do that on the one on the right. I should have done that. Then I'm like, oh, let me just pick her off and see the damage is like 200. Really stupid. And it did. Anyway, I still beat this. So save your AoE attacks. So Lucian obviously has his amp, amputation magic, and the middle one there. Can't remember what it's called. Jokery, bomby things where it puts stats on you. So wait, if you have an AoE monster, if you've got Beretta or Tyrant or whatever, you can totally freeze or stun these guys on the left and the right. It's not like the crystals. So save your AoE attacks. When she pulls those 2 things out, nuke the best you can. obviously defense break the water one, do whatever you feel like. Heal block the wind one so it doesn't do anything to you. Stun, freeze, whatever. You have up to 5 turns before you have to have them killed. These are Lilith's turns, not yours. So she's gone like what, twice? Anyway, so take out her skill. It didn't work. Who cares? Ta-da. And she's dead. So I'm gonna recap. You can debuff Lilith. It's very easy. She splits out 2 of the 3 inside of her. You can click on her little powers or skills up there in the top right, and it'll explain this better. But if she spits out the fire one, she won't counterattack. It's the fire one inside of her that counterattacks. She has high defense on the water one. She heals from the wind one. Anyway, I'm done.